Russell Wilson's first season in Denver did not go according to plan, but with Sean Payton's arrival and a revamped offensive line, there's reason for optimism. We'll tell you why the Broncos quarterback should get back on track in year 2. That's coming up next on Countdown to Cam. Hello, welcome into the studio. I am Phil Milani alongside the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. We'll hear from Sidney Jones and Eric Dalala in just a minute. But Steve, talking about Russell Wilson here, last year didn't go how he wanted it to go. It didn't go how any of the fans wanted it to. Sean Payton, is he going to be able to fix all that?
Well, I think so, and there were more problems than Russell Wilson. I wouldn't say Russell Wilson was the main problem, but certainly all of the injuries that we had, Russell Wilson was coming into a new system. I also think that Sean Payton has brought in the mindset of teaching and really coaching the guys up. And I think that has rubbed off on all of the different position groups, and everyone is buying into learning and really getting a great understanding of this offense before they step on the field. So I think we're going to be a much improved offense. Now, I know it's early, and just like some of the coaches mentioned on the podium, you got to wait till they get the pads on before we can really tell. But just seeing the effort that the guys are putting in and seeing how structured everything is, man, you got to believe that there are going to be some good things happening this year.
You mentioned the structure, Steve. Right when Sean arrived here in February, he said, hey, with Russell Wilson, no more office, no more special privileges, no more extra coaches. He set that structure. Do you think that's a good thing for Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I think it's really a good thing for everyone. You know, now obviously if it would have worked, we would have won games, it would have been a different situation. But seeing as though we didn't, it's you know, we got to bring everybody into the fold and, you know, kind of make everybody feel like, hey, we're all kind of the same in terms of the teamwork. And I don't think guys felt a certain way about it, especially, again, if we would have won. But it's not winning. You know, we'll push that to the side for later.
Well, you see Sean Payton's success in New Orleans. The Saints finished top 9 in yards in 13 of his 15 seasons there. Finished top 5 in points 9 of 15 seasons. And the Saints led the entire NFL in 2008 and 2009. This offseason, during the coaching search, Steve, we heard from Russell Wilson. And he was sort of pounding the table to try and get Sean Payton here. A lot of success with Drew Brees. Do you see a similar relationship here between these two? Oh,
I definitely see a similar relationship. And all coaches will tell you this, that yes, I'm a great coach, but also I got great players. And that's one of Sean Payton's first tasks was to upgrade the roster. And so having an offensive line, when you look at the guys, they're huge, they're dominant, and they're going to enforce their will on people. I think that really is going to help solidify Russ being better, the team being better, and Sean Payton keeping his good record going of being successful.
Well, you mentioned the whole team there, Steve. Let's go over to Sidney Jones and Eric Dalala. Guys, what gives Russell Wilson the best chance to succeed this year?
Yeah, Phil, I think you and Steve already mentioned it. I mean, I think it's head coach Sean Payton that's going to give Russell the best chance to succeed this year. If you look back at Sean Payton's introductory press conference back in February, he talked about the process of coming in and evaluating players and figuring out what they do best. So, you know, Sean Payton came in and he's building an offense that's going to focus on, you know, highlighting Russell Wilson's strengths and, you know, minimizing some of his weaknesses. You know, he's building this offense to Russell's skill set, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think last year some of the issue was it just didn't click between what former head coach Nathaniel Hackett was trying to do on offense, what Russell Wilson did well. I think what you see from Sean Payton, what you've heard from him all offseason, is that he has a great understanding of how to tailor things to his players, to the guys out there on the field. I mean, I think about Greg Dulcich and how Sean Payton has talked about how he can be a mismatch at different positions, how he can use Jerry Jeudy, how the run game can be a focus, how the offensive line had an extreme home makeover and was a target and a priority during free agency and the draft. All those things are what's going to help Russell Wilson, having guys around him, not putting it all on his shoulders. Because, listen, Sydney, we saw times last year when Russell, quite frankly, was probably asked to do too much or had to take too much on, was required to try to do it all himself. And he made some great throws, did some great things in those situations. But if the Broncos can develop a really strong running game behind Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine, if they can set up play action and then give Russell Wilson the chance to throw the occasional deep ball, that's what's going to give him a chance to be really successful here.
Phil and Steve, back to you.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, those moon balls, those are the big plays that we love to see. Steve, at the end of last year, we saw Russ have a couple of moments where he looked like his old self. If he could play like that, Steve, for the whole season, how good can this team be?
Oh, we can be incredible because we have weapons at every position, and now we also have the offensive line that can protect for him to give him enough time to throw those beautiful, accurate passes that we've come to know from Russell Wilson. So I think we got a great chance to have a great record, but it's still early. We still got a lot of work to put in. The guys are out there working hard and making us believers.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback play, though, in the NFL nowadays, it's so crucial. I mean, you look around the division, Patrick Mahomes, of course, doing his thing with the Chiefs, Justin Herbert, Jimmy G now with the Raiders. You got to get that level of play out of Russell Wilson for this team to be good.
Oh, 100%. And I think that Russell is probably harder on himself than anyone else is. And I know that he's putting in the work. And that's the thing that has always given me a sense of confidence about Russell Wilson, is because he puts in the work. He's not afraid of working. He's not afraid of long hours. He's not afraid of watching a bunch of film, and he's a great leader. So I definitely think he's going to have a bounce-back year and prove all the naysayers wrong.
Yeah, you've seen him put in that work, because when he showed up back for the offseason program, slimmed down version,
yes. You
can tell he's focused and he's ready to go here for year 2 with the Denver Broncos. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Sidney Jones and Eric Dalala and the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater, I am Phil Milani. This has been Countdown to Camp.